Hello and welcome to this is the first Connect the Thoughts with Corby, where I'm going to be sharing via video comments, my own comments on some of my own blog posts, because sometimes you write something and it just needs a face, even this one. It needs a voice, it needs something more than just the written word, because that just doesn't always, communicate what it's really trying to communicate, the heart behind it, the feeling behind it. So that's kind of what this is going to be. And I'm doing it on Facebook Live just because it's an easy, convenient way to do it. So I probably won't always respond to comments that are posted if people happen to watch while I'm doing this. But I just posted a blog post on CorbyStevens.com called God Moved Powerfully. Really? With a question mark at the end there, with a little upspeak. And it's kind of a gripe. It's not so much it's less of a gripe and more of I really want more Christians to stop and think about when they post something like God moved powerfully at thus and such event. And here's why. At the end of Deuteronomy, Moses and God are having a conversation, and God tells Moses, this is what you tell the people. When someone goes around saying, thus says God, and they say, God is going to do thus and such, and this is going to be the sign, and that thing doesn't come to pass, God says you're just straight up stone that person to death. Like, God takes very seriously when someone speaks on his behalf. And if you speak on his behalf and say this is what God's going to do and God doesn't actually do it, you're not speaking on his behalf. And I think very often we put actions into God's hands. We put actions into God's hands that aren't really something God did. And I kind of think he takes it just as seriously. So when I see Christians post after going to some either a church service or like a Hillsong-ish kind of event, what they post, man, God really moved powerfully at whatever, you're putting something in God's hands that did he really actually do, or did you just have kind of a post-concert buzz? The fact of the matter is that you can go to a concert, any concert. It might be Taylor Swift concert, it might be some other kind of concert, and you come out feeling, and I see this on Facebook all the time too, somebody goes to a concert and they come out saying, that was amazing, that was powerful, that was awesome. And they're talking about just a regular old secular concert. And then Sunday comes along or Wednesday night comes along and they go to church, or they post a comment like, God moved powerfully, that was awesome, that was amazing. That it's the same verbiage, it's the same feeling, it's the same thing. And sometimes I've even been at the very same event. And while I hope God moved powerfully in somebody's life, there was no like special thing. There was no like, God was definitely present because this one thing happened or this series of events happened. It's really more that, the music was right and the singing was fun and the lights were good and you just felt like you were in this space, and therefore you say God moved powerfully, when in fact you really just had a good time. Now, I know I sound like a curmudgeon, I sound like a big, turd in the punch bowl, and I'm not trying to be. I really want people to think. Now, here's the flip side of this. Church leaders that I have known over the up and down 20 years, or just even since being a Christian, talk about a Sunday morning or a Wednesday night as an experience. We have a Sunday experience, and sometimes I'll even hear them say, I think we have the best experience in the area. So they're kind of like bragging, boasting about essentially the show that they put on. They're not talking about the results of the thing. They're talking about how well the music is done, how the lighting is, how the stage is, how the decorations are. They're talking about setting up and creating a thing for people to come and, be at. And I just have a really hard time with that. I don't know where are we shown in the Bible to do that? Where are we shown to make it an experience? Do we have to make an experience? Do we have to create artificially a place for someone to come feel like they've had an experience with God? Because did they actually have an experience with God, or do they just feel like it? And what I see people say and talk about, leaders, is that they want people to leave feeling like they've experienced God. Well, you have or you haven't, and either you know or you don't know. And that ideally either you know or you don't know. And what I'm seeing is that people really don't know the difference, whether they have or haven't, but it sure feels like they have, and so they say that they have. If anything is to sound critical or judgmental, it's really that piece of Americanized, consumer-driven church. And it's really sad. Having worked with young adults in the past, 20-somethings, you guys are being marketed to. You guys are being sold that following Jesus and being a part of a church is to go to a series of events. It's to go to a series of experiences. And the more that that the leaders and the people in charge can create an environment for you to come and consume, the better they are at that. And the more that you come and feel like you've had some feeling, the better they do, while the whole time you're not being discipled. You're not being trained. You're not being taught. You're not being shown what it actually looks like to follow Jesus. You might hear a good talk. You might be inspired. You might feel good about something, but you're not actually being instructed. You're not actually being held accountable even to anything. It's just like Apple selling iPhones or Coke selling soda. They want it's a pitch. It's if you do this, you'll have this feeling. If you do this, you'll be with these other people who are surfing and mountain climbing or taking cool pictures in Central Park, New York, or whatever. You're being made into a consumer, not somebody who's called. And it's really just, it's frustrating. It's sad. In fact, if you go to the blog post, if you've been watching this long, you will see 2 videos posted as a part of it. One of them it's from 2010. It's relatively old by YouTube standards, but it's so good. It's this funny parody of modern church services, of the flow of the service, of the lights, of the music. It really makes fun of, in a good-natured but very poignant way, what we've done to Sundays. And the second video is called What is Discipleship? And it's this really great little animation that I love and I post fairly frequently because it just condenses so well what would it be like if we focused less on the church production and more on making disciples? What if we focused more on, putting on a good show and having meetings and budgets and lights and instruments, and actually focused on discipling people to send them out and, feeding those who are hungry and clothing, and not just social justice, but sharing the good news in our homes, in our workplaces, being sent instead of coming to watch. So go check those out, CorbyStevens.com, and do a search for God Moved Powerfully. That should bring up the right post. So that's kind of my gripe. That's kind of my, my thing. My hope is not to make somebody mad. I want to make you mad if it gets you to stop and think. That's what I want. If you're like, you're just being a jerk. What do you mean? Of course I know God moved. Well, hang on. I want you to stop, and I want you to really think about it. Next time you go to something, some gathering, and it's cool and it's hip and it's fun, but is it really God? Or is it just cool, hip, and fun? Nothing wrong with cool, hip, and fun, but don't blame God for cool, hip, and fun if it's not God. And I just don't think he's okay with that. So you love it, you hate it, post a comment. Actually, go to the blog and post a comment. You're going to find these videos on YouTube. You're going to find them attached to the relevant, related blog post. And post some comments. You're angry, you love it. Either way, I just want to get people talking. I want to get people thinking. And I really think that's good. So God bless you guys. Connect the thoughts with Corby. See you next time. I hope. Bye-bye.